that this is the difference between going 25 and 50 at the Federal Reserve.
Don't usually say
good
this.
morning,
Usually
good
bonds
afternoon,
are the
good
best
evening, and
indicator,
welcome to
always the most
Martyn
interesting
Lucas
asset class,
Investor
100% the one you should watch. But I will
inflation
say that
numbers
this
just
reaction
coming
the
in.
equity
Stand
market
by.
is more interesting because the idea of a 50 basis point rate cut being taken off the table somehow is negative for equities that maybe we're baking that in a little bit more. That's the only assumption I could possibly imagine at a time when some people were saying
this morning.
that actually
We're not
disinflation
going
would
to
be a
get the
bigger
emergency
risk
rate
to
cuts,
stocks
as I said we
than
wouldn't.
a little bit of inflation.
There would be the belief, not necessarily mine, that this could constrain the Fed put and constrain their ability to respond to downside risks or get ahead of potential downside risk materializing. That's the way this will be seen this morning. So yields up at the front end by 5 or 6 basis points. Equities down, particularly on small caps. The Russell down by 1%.
Yep.
That makes sense if that is what you believe. We'll see what we get a week from today.
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense if you believe that actually this is a gauge of the fact that demand isn't falling off a cliff and that the economy isn't struggling and that people are still spending and you see real wages tick up. So you can kind of pick your narrative. Right now, the narrative is that the Fed put might not be as strong as it was. And I believe that what you're saying right now is very much what's being priced in. This is a confusing moment, and it just highlights how the reaction function of markets is not very clear. It's the reaction function of the Fed, which is maybe a little bit more clear, although unclear on the magnitude.
It's not confusing at all.
Still rising, up by 5 or 6 basis points. The 2-year 365, the 10-year. Just bear in mind, before today, every single day in September, the 10-year yield has dropped. It's up by just 2 basis points right now to 366. We've had a big rally in fixed income. Mike McKee, you've had a couple of minutes to go over the numbers.
Not confusing at all. Stand by.
Well, the inflation we're seeing in this report is basically where we have seen it all along. Now, used cars and new cars prices were not really changed very much. New cars flat and used cars down 1%. But owner's equivalent rent up 0.5%. That's an increase from the prior month, and it is so large as a component of CPI that is what the BLS has really pushed up the core here. The motor vehicle insurance number up 0.6%, still rising a little bit less than it had been. Airfares up 3.9%. On the other side, we have energy commodities like gasoline down 0.6%. You probably knew that at the pump. And food, which of course has been a big argument in the political world. Food at home flat, grocery prices flat after a 1/10 gain last month. So really, grocery store prices aren't rising, at least according to the BLS. I'm sure you get people at the checkout counter saying,
we'll cover all this in a moment.
Still so much more.
Yeah, especially the computers that are checking you out. I am wondering, though, about the housing component. That, to me, is really significant.
That'll do for me. So exactly as expected, exactly as predicted, for 18 months, we're going to get a rate cut in September. Next week, in fact, and it's going to be a 0.25. It's not going to be the 0.5. There's no emergency rate cuts. The economy is fine. In fact, we've got a slight rise in inflation, but that can happen month over month. So the economy has not fallen off a cliff like others suggested. Things aren't going down 60%. We're not going to have World War III and God knows what else. It's business as usual. Now, why the markets have dropped this morning is because we were pricing in, the markets were, I wasn't, they were pricing in a 0.5 now emergency cut because the Fed are behind the curve, which they are, because they use out-of-date lagging indicators rather than what they do in Europe, India, UK. They're always forward-looking rather than backward-looking. It makes no sense to me why anyone would look backwards on the economy when everything goes forward. But anyway, there we go. So there's no emergency rate cut. It's going to be 0.25, beg your pardon. We're now getting a rebalance. The market is digesting it, taking it back down for a while, working out what to do. And it's good. Basically, as you know my position, I'm all in. All my cash, all my money in the bank is invested, as it is always. Money in the bank is useless. Money on the sidelines is useless. I simply turn on more margin when it goes down significantly. For me to spend more on margin, the stocks would have to go down some in the region of 10%. And of course, if it goes down 10%, I'll be down 20% because I'm in margin. I'll exaggerate that. And that's when I would use even more margin. The last 2 months, I've bought nothing. I've been paying down the margin. And in 10 days from today, I will get paid on YouTube again. Slightly more than last month, which was great. I had a good month last month for the NVIDIA earnings. So I might have a little bit more this month to put in. Maybe 1,500. Last month was 1,000. I can reduce my margin again. And just wait for that big drop. If it comes, I'll start ramping up margin again. If we carry on rising, I just continue paying off margin because I've got enough to get to $1 million. So there we go. No scare this morning. Nothing to worry about with inflation rates, the economy. There never was a problem. People like to overreact, get emotional, and all the rest of it. So there we go. This morning, everything is fine. Let's go through all the comments. If you've just turned up, just tuned in, welcome to the show. Please do smash the like button. Let's see what we can do this morning, see how many people are here. And let's, hang on a minute, where's the button? This one here. Okay, let's do the funky music. Let's see if we can get, how many should I get for this morning? 40 likes. Straight out the gate, I reckon we can do that because we've got 79 watching, 50% are not signed into Google. I don't know why, just the way it is. Let's see what happens. 79, so the most, maybe 80, 84. So maybe we could get 40. We're on 2 likes. Let's refresh the screen. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's have a look. Now we're up to 24. Come on, guys, we could do this. If we get to 100, YouTube will share it out. It's good news this morning. Of course, we're going to be talking about Donald Trump, Kamala Harris, updates on everyone last night, answering all the questions, all the queries, everything that's going on this morning. Lots of stuff going on around the world. Up to 35 now. Let's have a look. 30, we're on the way. What are we now? We've got 83. The best we could do is about 40, so just a couple more and we'll be there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see what we can get now. 32. We'll have one more go. One more go. We've got a lot of new people this morning who are unsure about liking the stream. That's fair enough. A lot of new people in the chat. I see that 98% of our live viewers are members, the highest engagement rate of any channel on YouTube in the world. Very proud of that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 32. Let's get to 35. That was my target. 36. We've beaten that. There you go. Great. Thank you ever so much, everybody. Let's just shut that down. Okay. Thank you very much indeed for that. Right. We're going to cover obviously everything from last night as well in just a few moments. Let me thank everybody last night who did tune in. We had a great audience. Sadly, it wasn't enough to qualify for doing the election night. I had to have 5,000 for that. It wasn't 5,000, it was 2.5. So it wasn't anywhere near the number that I thought. So I won't be covering the election in November. It just wasn't enough, I'm afraid. But there we go, 35,535 people. Thank you for your support. All right. Okay. Let's go through. We've got some news to cover this morning, of course. Last night's performance. Let's see how we're doing. Let me just go through a few things, refresh a few things. We had our poll last night. Who will win the debate? Trump was 59%. It's obviously been going down throughout the evening. Let me share with you this. This was 75% last night. It's dropped now to 59%. Now, bearing in mind, obviously, 90% or something in the region of that, 95% of the votes were before the poll. So now we're going to do it after the poll, after the event. All right. So what I'm going to do, how should I do this? Let me do it like this. All right. Let's do this. Let's see how you feel now. So we're going to write this back in again. US presidential debate. Who will win the election? Who will win the election? Please vote now on YouTube. So let's do this. Most of all, Presidential debate, best, most honest, all have a voice. Yeah. Who will win the election? Please vote now. Who will win that? Please vote. I'm not going to... Let me just take that out. Okay, let me put that back in there. Let me go to last night's event so I can grab the stream. So you scroll down here on the home page and it's past live streams. You'll see the event. Nearly 3,000 now, actually, 2,700. So it's gone up slightly, but we didn't get the 4,000, the 5,000 we'd hoped for. It was purely because so many networks were covering it. Obviously, I was in competition with thousands of... I did very well, actually, to be fair, but never mind. US presidential debate, best, most honest, all have a voice, facts only. Who will win the election? Please vote. Live now on YouTube. If you missed it, if you missed it, now on YouTube. There you go. Now then, let me just do this. Let me copy that in again. We'll have a poll right now. I'll be interested to see how you feel now, and we'll look, we can put the two together then. Remember, our polls are completely impartial. They're just an audience from all around the world. Really, very accurate, I think. US presidential debate, best, most honest, all have a voice, facts only. Who will win the election? Please vote if you missed it. So here we go. Who will win the election? So I'll do a poll here. Be interested to see what you say now. Trump, Harris. Okay. 7-day. Put that there. Okay. Who will win, Trump or Harris? Okay. There is the poll. I'll give you the link now. Oh, that worked this morning. Hey, hey, hey. There you go. There is the link if you want to vote. Oh, yeah, all working. Google's upgraded now. There you go. Right, so if you want to go and vote, I've given you the X account in there, so you can go and vote straight away. I'm also going to do another one as well. Who won the debate? Who won the debate? Please vote. And I shall put it here. Trump or Harris. There you go. There we go. There it is. So if you could vote on that, I've got two polls there running right now. So who will win the election and who won the debate? I've just given you the X account, so please vote there. Let me also put this on, which is much more popular, much more many more people get involved. This is our community tab on our YouTube channel. This is much, much more engaging. Let me give it to you now. Who will win the election? So we'll do a text poll here. Trump. I'm interested to see what everyone says this morning. Trump or Harris? There you go. Post. I think that's it. Who will win the election? Yes. Post. Okay. I can't vote, of course. So there you go. And also, who won the debate as well? Because they are different questions, and I want to see if they come out different. Who won the debate? Oops. do that again. Who won the debate? Markets are starting to pick up again. No surprise there, because there is no surprise. So everything's as it should be. Who won the debate? Question mark, text poll. And then we got Trump. And then Harris. There we go. Post. So I will give you the link to this. In fact, I can't give you the, well, I can give you the link to it. It's on the screen. But let me just... yes, I'll give you the link to that now. This is the community tab. Okay, this is the community tab on YouTube where you are right now. There you go. All right, there it is in the chat. That's the community tab. And there is the X account if you want to vote on the X poll as well. All right, we'll come back and we'll see. These are the ones that have the most engaged numbers. We get the biggest numbers on the on YouTube. We'll go over a look at X right now and see how it's doing. Wow, a lot of votes already. A lot of votes already. So who will win the election? Harris, 58%. Well, that's a turnaround. That's a turnaround. It was all Trump last night. Who won the debate? 50-50, 18 votes. What a turnaround. Very, very opposite. We were like 75% last night, the other way round. So quite a turnaround. So I can now answer all the questions and we can make the videos on all of this. What a night. What a night. Okay, let me go through. We'll bring that back up in a minute, the community tab. Please vote on the community tab. That is the biggest audience there. Right, a lot to cover this morning. It's all good news though, folks. Well, of sorts. Let's read it through. Hello from Ohio. You're a good man, Martyn. Keep doing your good work and let the haters hate. Blessings. Donald, very much appreciated. Thank you very much. I invite you to becoming a member of our family, and then you get many perks. It's not about me getting $2 a month from you. It's not that. It's so I can verify your account and filter our members from non-members and provide you with more services. That's what the point of this is. And my members will tell you it's why 98% are members. Live viewers are members. I'm here to serve and provide the best service possible. So consider doing that. Let's go through. Good morning, Rick McGrath. Good morning, Rick. I think you got a few more subscribers last night. I'm sorry it wasn't the bigger numbers. I was hoping for 5,000. We're nearly 3,000. But it wasn't quite the numbers. And the reason we did very well from our size of YouTube channel to viewers. We did exceptionally well. We beat Meet Kevin when it comes to that, who's got 2 million subscribers, ratio to subscribers. However, there were hundreds, if not thousands, of people streaming it, every news channel in the world. We had competition from everywhere. So we did good. Maybe 5,000 was a bit too much to ask for. But nevertheless, 3,000 wasn't too bad, was it? Good morning, Stacey Bailey. Good morning to you. I've just read your post in Discord. I will be referring to that. That's very appreciated. That's very kind. We will talk about that in a few moments. Thank you, Stacey. Yes, morning. Yes, morning show. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Hi, Rick, Charles, Mike, all our moderators. Thank you so much for your work last night. You had to work really, really hard. Really, really appreciate it. For those of you that wasn't in last night, we had the studio dressed in USA. It looked a bit like that. There it was. That was the USA last night. Maybe we'll leave that there for a little bit during election day. I don't know. Look at that. There you go. Can I bring that back? There you go. There you go. There's our set back to normal again. But yeah, that was interesting. Anyway, I enjoyed doing that. We had the flags flying and all sorts. Good morning, all. Good morning, Tim Rogers. Good morning to you. Welcome to the show, Tim. 2 minutes to the NASDAQ went down 50, down 0.7. See if we get lucky here. There's no issue. There's no There's nothing wrong. The inflation numbers were fine, as we knew they would be. There's no emergency rate cuts, not going to happen. Everything is fine. Good morning, Steve Gaston. Good morning to you. It's going to be a green day. I would have said it would be once we absorb this and people sort of calm down. But remember, people priced in 0.5%. But 0.5% isn't a good thing anyway. We want a steady decline. You can always increase, but you can't reduce. If you go 50%, if you go 25%, you can always cut back. You can't increase it. If we go 25 this time, then 50 the next time, that shows a problem. I just think we need 25 every month for the next 6 months. That's all we need. Steady control. That's what it's all about. Good morning, Kevin Hawthorne. Good morning to you. This morning, we waited for my new PR, why and how to find the scalps. Waited for new PR, why and how the scalps. BCTX is interested. Scroll back. Congratulations, anyone who caught it. Yes, many of my members did make a lot of money with you, Ed. 40, 50%. Congratulations, those that did. Full breakdown, let's go. A lot of lies last night. Well, we'll cover all of that in a moment. Good morning, all. Good morning, Ed. Good morning, everyone. The last several decades, the average inflation has been 3.2. We are at normal. There's no issue whatsoever. A 25% cut, we are good. I predicted it 18 months ago. I keep saying it over and over again every day for 18 months. And now I'm convinced Martyn Lucas is really an AI robot. He just keeps going. Much respect, brother. I'm very emotional this morning. I am on the edge of tears, if I'm honest. It's been a very, very stressful evening. I'm very, very tired. I didn't get my break last night. I am up early. I'm not really an AI robot. I'm definitely a human. And I'm feeling all of the negative energy from last night. It's all around me. It's everywhere. It's not as easy as you think, but I never give up. I never go anywhere. I'm always here. Always have been, always will be. It's the way I am until I die. My new favorite channel. Thank you for your time. Mike, that's very kind of you. Appreciate it. Market dipped a little, an announcement, but it's back up. It's not an issue. It never was an issue. Jensen is speaking at Goldman Sachs as well. Good morning, all. Thank you, Martin, for covering the debate last night and for singing our anthem so beautifully. You're welcome. Good morning, Martin, from a very rubbish English day here in Blighty. I reached out to someone I became friends with on holiday and decided he lost his brother to cancer. Put things in perspective. Absolutely. Life is such a blinking moment, and it's all over. We're only here for a second, really, and you will realise that as you get older as well. It gets faster every year. I'm 55 now. Trust me, it's always Christmas. He's looking at organising his holidays in sync with ours in Malaysia next year. Glad I reached out to him. Ignore the nonsense from yesterday, and you did very well with your video. Thank you very much indeed. I appreciate that. How do I become part of Discord? Steve Gaston. Okay, here's the link for Discord. There's a link for Discord. Click on the link. It takes 10 minutes to verify your account. We have a waiting period. Verify your email and cell phone. Once you've done that, give me your username in the chat and I'll upgrade you. You have two options. You can be a YouTube a Discord subscriber, or you can be a YouTube member. The choice is yours. I'll wait for you to do that and give me your username in the chat. You may have already done it. If you have, just give me your username. Send me a friend request. Do not accept one from me. I never message anyone. I'm now convinced Martyn Lucas is an AI robot. You just keep going. Much respect. Just answered that, haven't I? Good afternoon. Crag. Hello there. Tilray. Mike. Tilray. Hi, Mike. Good morning, everyone. Take a walk. I intend to. Yes, take a walk. Martin, truth remains constant under all terms and conditions. Happy Wednesday all. Okay, I've got through all the comments. It's now time to make some videos and react to last night. So let me do that. I have something here. They're changing things quite a bit. I can see things are changing quite quickly here. So I want to bring that back up here. Okay, let's talk about it for a moment, shall we? Do we need that now? Don't think we're going to need this now. Let me take that away. Okay. All right, let's talk about it. So I'm going to make a few videos now. So we are 30 minutes. The morning after, the night before the US election debate between our two guests here, Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. I'm making this in the morning, just before the opening bell. There's going to be several videos here, and I'll link them all together, breaking down last night with my reaction, with where we go from here, with a fact check we put together, and also the human side of it as well, how people are feeling and reacting, and also our polls. And I'll break this down into a few parts rather than put it all in one video. So, first of all, let's talk about last night and the human side of things. Last night, we covered the US election. It's the very first time we have done a major news story live like this. We are an investment channel, but it's relative to the investment strategy and stocks and so on. So we wanted to cover the news this morning. We are red in the studio because the stocks are down this morning. Don't take that into any, that means anything at all. We're not red or blue. Last night, in fact, we were all three colors. And in fact, I'll do it again now. Here we go. Let me bring it back. There you go. Just to have balance so everyone knows that the red doesn't mean anything behind me. It's just the markets are red. So the studio goes red. When it goes up, they go green. Okay. I covered it last night for one reason and one reason alone. As I've explained many, many times over the last 3 years, I do not make money from live streams. The way I survive is super chats and memberships. The money I make in live streams, unless it was the NVIDIA earnings, which took me a long time to build that, and I had 38,000 watch me live for many hours because I was doing before and after, and I made many videos before. That one earned me about $260, about 99% more than I've ever earned on every other video. Most earn about $2. Last night will probably earn me about $5 when all is done, because nowhere near the numbers. So it wasn't about making money. What it was about was trying to unite the United States. I have some experience of this because years ago, I was standing to be elected as an MP, which is the equivalent to these guys in the United Kingdom. And I would have won too. My seat where I was standing, I would have won. I declined though and felt I wasn't old enough and I wanted more life experience. And I went around the world and did other things. But if I'd won, if I'd stood, I would have won. And who knows where I'd be today, because I've always wanted to be the Prime Minister of England. And I normally succeed in my ambitions because I never give up and I get the job done. So who knows where I would have been, and maybe one day I'll revisit that. Leah's thinking, no way. So anyway, I do have some experience in this. And last night, I decided to go live because I wanted to try to do my best as a proud green card holder here in the United States to unite the country, because United States is not united. It hasn't been united for many years. Last night was another example, very decisive, a lot of bullying, a lot of shouting, a lot of aggressive language. It's not the way we want to run the world, because America is the most powerful country in the world. The whole world was watching last night, and it was sad to see once again we are scraping the barrel. We're hitting the lows. We've got lies. We've got all kinds of stuff. And remember, I'm completely neutral. This is from both sides. We'll cover all that in the next video. We'll do a full fact check. But, you know, a lot of negativity. And once again, it sparked aggression and it sparked emotion. And I experienced it during my live stream, and I experienced it home here in my own life. It's everywhere. Unfortunately, the United States isn't united. Half of America hate Trump. Half of America love Trump. And in England, I can honestly tell you that you are either Labour or Conservative. Labour would be Democrat, Republican would be Conservative. You vote for what you like, and most normal, intelligent people don't hate the other person. They might not like them, but they just get on with it. Some people do, of course. There's always extreme people, but you know, in America, it's become very decisive. And last night we saw it. We saw it in the show. We saw how angry people got. We saw how people were protesting, and so on and so forth. And my very aim was to bring people together. And let me take you on that journey of how I did that, and you know what this means to me as a green card holder, someone who's is an immigrant, if you like. I've migrated here, perhaps. I'll explain that right now. But I want to once again remind you what last night was all about. It was about uniting a country, choosing a leader that would unite a country. So let me just take a moment. This is why I recorded and included this in last night's presentation. I'll be right back after this.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight? Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
I am very proud to be a green card holder and here in the United States, but I am very emotional this morning, and there's nothing united about it. People were fighting and arguing and shouting and cussing and cursing and lying on both sides. It's very sad. I tried last night to do my part as someone who has come from another country to bring people together. Sadly, that didn't happen. I had a small impact on it when I started to broadcast. There were many trolls coming in, and it went up to 25 dislikes, even though I had nearly, I think, 300 likes now. You may correct me on that, 280, whatever. And once I explained these things and I played that song that I recorded for you, the likes went all the way back down again to a couple, which was wonderful. So we did have an impact, a positive impact. But this is not the United States that we want. This is not what is required. What is required is humility. I don't know the answer to that question. Let me look at it. Let me research it. I don't know. No lying, no cussing, no cursing. It's very sad because it just seems to go on and on and on, and it doesn't need to happen. It's made me very, very sad because I have chosen to make America my second home. I still have my home in England. So what I'm going to do now is close out this video, give you the information about immigration, how I came here and what's involved in that, and why I'm so upset about it this morning, and why there's so much negativity around at the moment. And then I'm going to do the next part, which will be the fact check, all about what was said, which wasn't true on both sides. And I'm going to be completely fair and balanced, just presenting the facts, whether you like them or not. The world isn't flat. The world, the sky isn't purple. We're going to give you the facts, and it is what it is. So I hope you enjoyed this first part of my thoughts on last night. Facts check coming up, and immigration information and how it affects people in the live show and people watching me right now. So join me for that. Click above my head down below in the description, and I'll put the follow-up videos here. I'm making this live right now, so all of you stay where you are, but those watching later, you'll find it there. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. Okay, part 2. Going to talk now about immigration. That was a very hot topic last night. It got everyone fired up in the chat. It also affected me personally here at home in my own life. And it is one of the most controversial issues. And let me just give you an example. More and more people are becoming more and more aggressive. I don't know why, and angry and frustrated. America didn't used to be like this before Donald Trump. It didn't look like this. The United States didn't look the way it looks today. In past presidents, Democrat or Republican, it didn't look this way. I don't know where making America great or where we are with the United States is. It's not. It's lost at the moment. If you do the research and you look at what is the greatest country in the world, there isn't a greatest country in the world. Every country has pros and cons, but America often talks about freedom. There are many, many countries. In fact, half the world is free. Education is not the highest in America. Healthcare is not the highest in America. Wealth and many things are not the highest in America. In fact, when it comes to many of those things, America ranks quite low. Life expectancy, health, and all the rest of it. What America does rank number one for is its military and its amount of bombs and guns it has. Well, that's true and that's good, but it's not the most important thing, perhaps. Anyway, so let's just remember that. All around the world, there's pluses and minuses everywhere. What makes a country is not a president or a flag. It's the people that live there and what they do day to day in the small ways and the small things. So let's say that. I came to America because not because I wanted a better life or anything like that. I have a wonderful life in England, and I'm very happy living in England. However, I met Leah on a cruise ship, my wife. She works from home in America. So if I want to be with Leah and marry her, I've got to live in America. So it wasn't because I want any benefits from America or a green card or all the perks and benefits. And having traveled 195 countries, and yes, that is every country of the world, I have talked to people around the world. And most people who come to America that I have spoken to have a reason to do so, not for the want of a better life because their life is rubbish. Most people, wherever they live, love their country. It's just human behavior. We're proud of where we live, even if it's not great. I mean, everything isn't perfect in America, but most people in America are proud to be Americans, right? There's loads of things wrong in England, but I'm still proud to be English, and we can go on forever, right? Most people that live in other countries don't come to another country who do it legally, that is, just to get a better life. Most people don't. I know. I've talked to people around the world, and that's what people think. So there are legal immigration and there's illegal immigration. There are people who just storm over the border in America and all the other countries around the world. It's not an American problem. It happens every day in thousands. People cross the channel to get into England. They do it everywhere. It's not an American problem. It's a world problem. People who want to break the law, people who are, having a bad time, whatever reason, break the law, break into countries. It happens all the time. So let's be absolutely clear about that. It's not a United States problem. It's a global problem. It happens every day, everywhere. However, we all agree, anyone agrees, anyone who comes into any country or enters your home, because it's your home at the end of the day, if someone barged through my front door right now illegally, just barged in and took over the place, that wouldn't be very nice, would it? It would be disrespectful, it would be illegal, it would be wrong. And in America, of course, you have the right to shoot somebody if they come through your front door. We don't have that right in England. If someone comes through your front door, we don't shoot them. But in America, you can shoot somebody who comes through your front door. It's just a different system, right? But nevertheless, that's rude and disrespectful. That's illegal immigration. And nobody, anywhere, on any country in the world thinks that's appropriate. It's not an American issue. Nobody wants it. Nobody thinks it's right to break into your house, break into your home and do what you want and just take. And anyone who does think that is stupid, because that's just rude and horrible and disrespectful. And you have no place to do that. Okay? And if you do it, you should be punished and lose all your liberties and rights. Obviously. And every country agrees with that. Any sane person, at least, anyway. Then you've got legal immigration. Now, when I came to America, I didn't come for anything amazing. I didn't come for a green card. I didn't come for a better life. I have a great life and I miss my home in England every day. But this is where I live because my wife lives here. So I ain't got a choice. I have no choice. Right? So I came here because of Leah, and I went through the processes of becoming a green card holder. And let me tell you, before you start thinking, okay, that's all right, we don't mind legal people, let me tell you how corrupt the system is. And it's not like this in most countries that I have researched, because I've traveled everywhere, right? If you want to enter the United States legally, you can do it pretty much illegally. What I mean by that is, if you have a certain amount of money, you can buy your way in if you bring money, prosperity, and business into the United States. You can't do that in most other countries. I don't believe you can do that in the United Kingdom, but you can do that in the United States. And we looked at it. It was like, really? All I got to do is bring $1 million and employ 6 people. It was something like that. And I can buy my way in. Couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe you could buy your way in. So in other words, if you're a crook or a bank robber or a drug dealer, you can buy your way into America. So don't think it's perfect, because it certainly ain't, right? Who set up that rule? I have no idea. Anyway, I didn't do that. I did it the normal way. I hired an attorney and I came into the United States. Huge cost. Huge cost. We did not have the money for it, but we saved up. We put ourselves in debt at the time, and we paid the attorney fees and all the processes and so on. Now, to come into the United States from England, and you think that's the easiest place because of the special relationship, my experience is easier than most. Easier than most. It still took a heck of a long time. I had to jump through hoop after hoop after hoop. And even though I've come from England, and even though I'm healthy and I've had the basic inoculations from polio and tuberculosis and stuff like that, I had to have a host of vaccinations, injections, which I didn't want and I don't believe I needed, and so on and so forth. But that's the rules. If you want to enter America, you have this. I had a host of vaccines, injections, and medical checks. Couldn't believe it. I thought I was trying to run for the Olympics or something. Unbelievable. Several times, backwards and forwards. There was complications. There was issues. We had to prove that we were a real couple. We had to provide evidence. We had to go back to England to get all the paperwork. We had to bring extra paperwork. It was a very complicated, expensive, emotional journey. And so it should be. You're entering someone else's home. It shouldn't be easy. But nevertheless, that's what I had to do to come into the United States. So most people don't know this. Most people aren't aware of this. They look at the news, they hear the stuff, and in America we have opinionated news, whether it's CNN or Fox, so you get one side of the argument. You don't have neutral news, which is why I presented the news last night the way I did, so you just hear from both sides what's going on, not what someone's opinion is. So, consequently, I went through the process and I got my green card, and here I am in the United States. I am now a green card holder. I can't vote, I can't do anything, I just work in America. All I do is work and pay taxes. So I've gained nothing out of being in America. I take nothing from it. I don't take any money from anyone, no benefits from anyone, no support from anyone other than my wife, and I pay taxes. I pay into the system. I'm a good citizen. I represent America the best of my ability. I do what I can to provide a service. I respect others. I pay into the system. I am here for that, and that's what I do, and I would do in any country. Regardless, if I'm welcome in a country, I would behave this way. It makes no difference. So that's my journey. So I do agree with immigration. America was built from immigrants, as most countries are. We all come from somewhere. We wasn't always there originally. Nobody's been in the same place forever, and it's our place because no one owns anything at the end of the day. And in the future, you won't be here, and no one will even remember you existed, including me and anybody else. No one will even remember you a year after you've left this earth. For me, it's different though, right? I'm immortal. I've got a YouTube channel. There you go, just saying, I'm special. Rest of you, no one will care less. Anyway, that's the reality. Life is just but a dream. Just get on with it and live until you don't. Right? So that's my journey. I agree with it, but it should be done legally. It should be done with thought and care and consideration. I don't think America should allow you the opportunity to buy your way in. I don't think that's very good at all. But they do, and whatever. I don't agree with that, but it's not for me to decide how the system works. This is America, and so on. Now when I want to, if I want to, and I do want to, I will become a citizen of the United States. I haven't done it yet because I can't afford it. It's another few $1,000s in fees and another few $1,000s in costs and so on. But at some point I will, because not for a magical reason of I want to be American. I'm a proud Englishman, and I'm proud to live in America, as I was proud to live in all the places I've been around the world. I like planet Earth, quite honestly. I'm not that bothered about the borders, as long as they are held with respect. I'm not really that bothered. It's the people I meet on a day-to-day basis that I care about most. So it's not to gain anything, but I will do it because it's sensible to do it, because if I don't do it, I've got to renew my green card every few years and pay a fee every few years. And it just makes more sense financially just to get it done. If I'm going to live till I'm 80 or 90, if I'm going to die next year, probably ain't worth the bother. But if I'm thinking I'm going to live to 80, 90, which who knows, then it's slightly cheaper to get it done rather than to keep renewing the green card. So there is my thoughts on immigration. Now, obviously, people get a bit upset about immigration. People don't understand the full story. And that's through no fault of your own. We only know what we experience. If you are born in India, you're more likely to be a Hindu or a Muslim. If you're born in England, you're more likely to be a Christian. If you're born in America, you're more likely to be a Christian and play American football. Not because it's the best thing in the world. It's just what you do because it's where you were born. It's just coincidence. Simple as that. There are people in the world who say they're born in the right country, but so they happen to be born with the right God. If you're born in India, you don't think Christianity is the way forward. In America, you do, and people denounce and say everybody else is God's rubbish. Well, we all need to understand it's where you're born. If you're born in America, 99% of the chance you're going to be a Christian, not because it's the right God or the right place or the right time. You just were. It's just coincidence. There's nothing special about that. So everyone should have a voice. Everyone has a right, and there are thousands of religions and thousands of gods, and people that don't believe in God, remember, only believe in one less than you. One less than you. Because there are thousands. If you are a Christian, you probably don't believe in somebody else's God. So there's thousands of gods you don't believe in. Someone who doesn't believe in God just believes in one less than you. So we're all pretty much the same. So let's move on and not worry about all of these things. Let's be tolerant of each other and understand if we don't know something, it's probably because we haven't experienced it. That's all. We're not stupid. We're not bad. If you think, if you understand immigration one way, and it doesn't matter. You're only as good as the information you're fed. And right now, for the last few years, we've had a lot of noise from America. Donald Trump is there. We got all this shouting going on. We got Kamala Harris shouting. We got all this shouting going on from everybody. No one is listening anymore. No one is talking. It's a shouting match. So, is it any surprise that people are confused, don't know what's going on? People get angry. People get frustrated. Look at the people that we've interviewed. You can interview people all over America and ask them about different policies of their favorite politicians. Most don't know. Most just say, I like this person or I hate this person. That's kind of the limit of it. And it's not because people are stupid. It's because of where we live right now, how it is. So finishing this up, it was an emotional night last night. Good people, friends, family, members of our channel got upset, got emotional. People started attacking each other. My wife got upset. It's not been a good night for me. Emotional, stressed, angry. What is going on? I'm not saying everyone needs to travel the world like I have. I was very fortunate. You don't have to travel. Travel, they say, broadens the mind. Not necessarily. You don't have to do it. You don't have to go around the world to find out stuff. And it's not all good. Nothing great. There's nothing miraculous around the corner. The grass isn't greener. However, stop and think just for a moment. What you know and what you think you know is based upon your experiences and what you're told. That's it. Doesn't make you right. Doesn't make you wrong. Doesn't make you smart. Doesn't make you stupid. But the purpose and what I tried to demonstrate last night was to bring people together, bring back the United States of America, and people calm down. There's not going to be a third world war. There never will be a third world war. There's not going to be a stock market crash of 60%. The world isn't coming to an end. The world is perfectly fine. The world doesn't need us, but we need it. Denying facts, denying statements, denying the world, whatever you want to believe, doesn't change anything. You can think what you like, say what you like, shout at who you want. Doesn't change a damn thing. Be respectful, be humble. We need humility once again. So I'm now going to go on to part 3 of the fact check of what actually was said last night, what actually was true and what wasn't. And hopefully we can gather a bit more information and bring some sense back to the table. But before, just like in my previous video, remind us why we're here. We're proud wherever we live. We're patriots wherever we live. Wherever country we live, we love our anthem. We love our flag. Most people do. Most sensible, educated people do. So, once again, be proud, be happy, anything that brings happiness and makes you smile. So let me close with this, and then I'll give you the links right after this. I just did it wrong then. I'm making this live. Here is the United States of America.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight? Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
There you go. And the purpose of an anthem is to make people feel united and come together and celebrate. And hopefully that did just that for you. Music is a wonderful thing. So click above my head for the 3-part series. I've been telling you about immigration last night, how people felt. And now we're going to go on to the fact check. Links above my head, down below, over here and over here. I know the bell is about to go. I don't need to look at the stocks because we're going to be fine. When you're an investor, you understand what's going on. Don't need to look at it this morning. We're just doing this. The stock market will be fine. Till next time, as we now go on to part 3, the facts from last night, so we can educate ourselves, so we can understand more of what's going on. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. All right, let's go on to the last part. As we can see, the stock market is green right now. Are we any surprised? There's not going to be an emergency rate cut. There's not going to be a crash. There could be a 10%, but that doesn't matter. We can deal with that, and it'll just be an opportunity. There's not going to be World War III. Oh my gosh, this is getting worse. There we go. There's my portfolio this morning, as you can see, looking good. 109,000, not quite an all-time high, but hardly a disaster. Wow, I've got a lovely thing here. So, Stacey Bailey, I'm reading your comments. I will address you in a moment. We're all good. I know people feel frustrated. People are hurt and upset. We're all good. A family is a family where we all go through these emotions. The bell is going to go. It's all about it. Don't worry about it. We just move on. We learn all the time. Hopefully today has helped and been some sort of comfort or support to everyone. Okay, let's have a look at the bell just for a few moments. Little bit of digest, and then we'll do part 3. Let me read the comments as we're watching the bell. The Queen of Self-Braiding is here. Lovely to have the Queen of Self-Braiding back. How are you? It's been a long time. I listened to Martyn. I stayed put. Yeah, NVIDIA is a great business. Nothing to worry about. Even if you do pay for it, you're still a citizen and still pay taxes, to be fair, versus an actual illegal. That's right. Thank you for this, Martyn. I left the chat last night, not because of you, but mean-spirited comments.
Charles Carey donated $20 through a super chat. While you were out today, pick up a case for our Friday night party. After this week, we certainly need to leave the stress and worries at the door while grabbing a refreshing drink. 100% of my vote for best YouTube channel.
Thank you very much. That is very much appreciated. Very, very kind of you. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it a lot. That process is called EB5. Thank you, Henry Yu. I just overshadowed just slightly Vanessa. I understand. Vanessa, last night we agreed to disagree. Absolutely. Green card applicants should work in a STEM field that drives American research and innovation. Have a business that employs at least 10 employees, or have 100. Green card applicants should work in a STEM field that drives American research and innovation. Have a business that employs at least 10 employees, or have at least 100,000. Stimulate the economy. Or serve the country in a non-combat role. Needs an asset in the country, not liabilities. Not quite sure what you're saying there. And that's what had made me frustrated, says Stacey Bailey. The people who are getting here with no purpose and are terrorizing people, and it's just got out of control. So worked up, I couldn't even talk straight. I understand that. I understand your thoughts and feelings, of course, you know. But, you know, this is such a small part of America, you know. It's true that people are coming over the border and there is aggression. But they're not all bad people. And it's such a small percentage of the United States. It's not good and it's not right and it needs to be stopped. But it's not quite as bad as, you know, you're told every day. We have it every day in England, whereas most people in England will never experience it. Martin, Trump won, says Roger. Martin, of course you're immortal. You're an AI robot. I almost said that, David, but I'm trying to practice. I almost said that, David, but I'm trying. Don't change, Stacey Bailey. It's fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Leah has seen your comment this morning in Discord. I said to Leah, as I was setting up the show, I said, Leah, there's a comment here. Read it. She read it. So I don't know what her thoughts were, but she's read it. Nowhere is immigration worse in Europe than the UK. It's an epidemic. It happens all over the world. I thought last night's chat was pretty chill. It was, to be fair. I thought it was going to be a lot worse. Never feel you have to shut your mouth, Stacey. No, that's right. We're applying here. Absolutely. Never feel that. The purpose of this family is everyone can talk together. Everyone can share their opinions, their thoughts, their beliefs. That is what this channel is about. That's why we're here. That's why I go live every day. Unfortunately, hurt people that I would never hurt, then I do. Stacey, it's okay. It really is fine. You know, I just want to get to a place where we're all happy again, because the stress, I feel it, I physically feel it. The tension last night. I didn't even get a cup of tea this morning. Leah's so upset. How about that? Didn't even get a cup of tea. Dear, oh dear. You know, emotions is just, you know, life can be very difficult sometimes. I just wish the news reported. To news, not there, or the owner of the company's opinions. USA, you could do opera. Said, well, I used to do that. Did the Phantom of the Opera, didn't I? Thank you for the super chat. I need more Zach Zay attitude in my life and less Kim Kardashian. That's right. That's very true. Yes, you do. More Zach Zay and less Kim Kardashian. I agree with that. Definitely way to go. That's good. I had to do all the same things to get my wife from Vietnam. She came legally, and it's now a productive citizen. She's now a productive citizen of the United States, paying her taxes, going by jury duty, contributing to society. Exactly. Mrs. Stacey, don't be upset. I think you have hurt. You hurt. Don't be upset. I don't think you hurt anyone's feelings, says Ed Nevius. Ding ding, says Christopher McIntyre. Good morning. Nvidia at 110. Yeah, no surprise. Nvidia is flying this morning. Let's have a quick look at it. It's going to 140. It'll be 200 in a 12-month period. No issue whatsoever. Nvidia was oversold. The Russell is being sold off today. The rubbish, as we said, don't buy it. People just took the money out of NVIDIA, bought rubbish, made some quick profit, dumped the rubbish, now buy back in again. Is it any surprise? Hello, everyone. She isn't getting anything for free. We're divorced now, and she bought her own house. I think it's a win for her. Never committed a crime. Never asked for anything for free. Yes, me neither. I've never asked. I never had anything. No one's ever given me anything. NVIDIA. Oh, hello.
Jerry and Elba donated $10 through a super chat. We are all brothers and sisters, and we just call our God by different names. We call our dads by different. Get a sandwich for Leah.
I will do that. We'll go to Starbucks when I take a break, and we'll get a Starbucks and I'll buy Leah a sandwich. Thank you very much. I am about 20 minutes behind the live feed. You have a wonderful voice. You should sing everything like they do in the musicals. She's also a citizen. Great stuff. Green. Yeah. NVIDIA looking very nice. No surprise, is it really? This is a crazy amount of people with foreign spouses. What a trip. I couldn't find me a good all-American girl. I had to look elsewhere. Hey, Martin, big fan of yours here. I hope you are taking the haters as a sign of growth. Please don't be bothered by them as a process. It's a process. We love you. Thank you very much, Kinzen Valkus. That's a wonderful comment. Thank you very much indeed for that. I'm with you 100%, Jerry. We probably all believe in the same God. We just have different names, exactly. Those who cross the border illegally are automatically criminals. Honest people come legally. That is true. Okay, let's now go to part 3 of our video, and we shall look at the facts last night. Okay, so now we're going to go over to this here, and we're going to cover the facts from last night. So let me just load this up here. Let me just check this will work. Okay, let's wait for the ad. Let's do that a minute. There's no way to turn off ads on 111 now. NVIDIA's storming. No surprise, really. Okay. Okay, let me just come back to that in a second. As you can see, we're going up big time. NVIDIA up 3%. It's 6% of the main market, so it's going to drive everything up. Welcome to part 3. This is the third of a 3-part series. We've been talking about immigration, the emotional story last night, why we covered it, my journey in the United States. And now we're going to look at a recap of last night, the US debate, and also fact check, which is important. And then we're also going to include, if you watched the previous 2 or didn't watch the previous 2, a special recording of the United States national anthem. All of that's coming up, but this time round, just in case you don't watch to the end, we want to make sure everybody feels patriotic, proud, and happy wherever you live. A good song is always a good raiser, so here we go. We're going to start off this video this time with the United States national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight? Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Okay, there's my contribution there in music. So now we're going to look at the facts, a recap of last night, and please do go and check out the first two. This is the third part of it. So let's go straight into this and see what we can learn from last night.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country.
I just want to clarify here. You bring up manager there. He told us there have been no credible reports of specific claims of pets being harmed, injured, or abused by individuals within the immigrant community.
Well, I've seen people on television.
Let me just say here, this is the
people on television say my dog was taken and used for food. So maybe he said that, and maybe that's a good thing to say for a city manager. We hardly make chips anymore because of philosophies like they have and policies like they have. I don't say her because she has no policy. Everything that she believed 3 years ago and 4 years ago is out the window. She's going to my philosophy now. In fact, I was going to send her a MAGA hat. She's gone to my philosophy. But if she ever got elected, she'd change it. She's a Marxist. Everybody knows she's a Marxist. Her father's a Marxist professor in economics, and he taught her well.
The government and Donald Trump certainly should not be telling a woman what to do with her body. I have talked with women around our country. You want to talk about this is what people wanted? Pregnant women who want to carry a pregnancy to term, suffering from a miscarriage, being denied care in an emergency room because the healthcare providers are afraid they might go to jail, and she's bleeding out in a car in the parking lot. She didn't want that. Her husband didn't want that. A 12 or 13-year-old survivor of incest being forced to carry a pregnancy to term. They don't want that.
They have abortion in the 9th month. They even have, and you can look at the governor of West Virginia, the previous governor of West Virginia, not the current governor who's doing an excellent job, but the governor before. He said the baby will be born and we will decide what to do with the baby. In other words, we'll execute the baby. And that's why I did that, because that predominates, because they're radical. The Democrats are radical in that.
There is no state in this country where it is legal to kill a baby after it's born.
And I'm going to actually do something really unusual, and I'm going to invite you to attend one of Donald Trump's rallies, because it's a really interesting thing to watch. You will see during the course of his rallies, he talks about fictional characters like Hannibal Lecter. He will talk about windmills cause cancer. And what you will also notice is that people start leaving his rallies early out of exhaustion and boredom.
That people don't leave my rallies. We have the biggest rallies, the most incredible rallies in the history of politics. That's because people want to take their country back. Our country is being lost. We're a failing nation.
Okay, so let's look at the facts from last night. We'll go through this now. All been checked, fact checked. This is not US news. This is UK news. No dog in the race. I think you say that in America. And we're just looking at the facts. Facts have been researched. There's no bias to this whatsoever. In America, you have CNN or Fox, one side of the argument. They'll both say one side. We are giving you the global approach. These are the people that will speak to the President of the United States, he or she, when they win. These are facts. You don't fight, don't shoot the messenger, okay? Let's have a look. Former Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris engaged in a fiery debate ahead of the US election on November the 5th. The stakes were high for both candidates heading into the showdown at the National Constitution Center in Philadelphia. Here are some of the key takeaways from the debate. You mentioned it was talked about in the event, Project 2025. Not everybody understands that, so let's just look at that. Donald Trump insisted he had nothing to do with Project 2025 after Kamala Harris said he would introduce its dangerous policy. So we need to know, is there going to be is Donald Trump going to bring in 2025? What is it? Is it going to happen? Well, let's look at the facts, shall we? They are a set of conservative proposals prepared by some of Mr. Trump's closest policy advisors, although the former president said the policy document is not part of his campaign. Abortion, fact check. Both candidates claim over abortion, clashed over abortion, with Mr. Trump saying babies had been executed under certain state laws and Ms. Harris saying his views was insulting to women. Here, moderators stepped in to fact check the former president. Let's have a look. Bored as Trump rallies. Hang on a minute. Are they not going to show the fact there? I was just going to read that out. Beg your pardon. Abortion fact check. It's not show. That's annoying. It's not shown it. Okay. I might have to edit this later on. Bored at Trump rallies, Miss Harris invited voters to go to a Trump rally to see people leave early due to exhaustion and boredom. The former president clearly hit back by saying people don't go to her rallies. People eating cats and dogs. That was mentioned. We just heard that a few moments ago. Moderators were forced to step in again when Mr. Trump repeated claims that immigrants in Springfield were eating cats and dogs, something local authorities say has not been reported to them. Assassination attempt. Referring to the assassination attempt on him, Mr. Trump said he probably took a bullet to the head because of Democrats weaponizing him. So that's implying the Democrats were part of that. You may believe that, you may not. Putin swipe. Miss Harris told Mr. Trump that Russian President Vladimir Putin would eat you for lunch after he said he would stop the war in Ukraine if he was elected. Another debate. In a surprise visit to the spin room to defend himself after the debate, Mr. Trump failed to commit to taking part in another, while the Democrats indicated Ms. Harris would be willing to. Trump's reaction. Mr. Trump told reporters in the spin room he thinks it was his best debate ever. It's always his best debate ever. Always. This is silly, really. I don't believe this even. This is so ridiculous. Who the hell cares? Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift endorsement. Moments after the debate, Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala Harris in an Instagram post to her 284 million followers. Remember, that's 284 global followers. Majority are young girls who can't vote around the world. So let's just don't think for a minute 284 voting Americans are going to go, oh, right, I'm going to vote for Kamala Harris because Taylor Swift said so. Let's just put that into context. It's not actually the case at all. So we just want to make that absolutely clear. So there you go. There's a bit of last night for you. It wasn't quite the way I wanted. I apologize. It didn't come out exactly the way I wanted, but nevertheless, I wanted to bring some of those highlights to you. This was part of a 3-part series. Please do go and check out the other parts, and I hope it brings some kind of end to this now. I really hope we can move on. Whoever wins the election, I hope that we can have a peaceful, harmonious next 4 years. As we can see, the stock market is down slightly today. Not concerned at all. The reason why it's down is because nothing to do with Donald Trump at all. None of that stuff. Some people tried to report last night the Donald Trump trade was a real thing. It was, but not to the extent that was reported. And let me share with you what I mean. It's important. Donald Trump's stock. This is related to the success or failure of Donald Trump. Let's be honest. It's Donald Trump's own platform, Trump Media. It's fallen down significantly this morning, 15% down. So this is an indication that people think Donald Trump is going to lose. It's been trending down, though, forever. It's nothing to do with last night. Last night was a moment, a little blip. But at the end of the day, this business never has made money, never will make money. I would never buy it. It's speculative at best. It's gambling at worst. It's rubbish anyway. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't make any money. It's a popularity contest trade. When Donald Trump's up, everyone buys it. When he's down, everyone sells it. Well, what does that tell you? Even his own supporters buy it and dump it. I don't know what the sense of this is. It's a joke. I don't know why he would even bother. Trump media doesn't make any money, whether you are Democrat, Republican. Remember, I'm completely neutral. I'm green card. I can't vote, and I just looking for in good businesses. It's not a good business. It's a popularity contest. It's worse than a casino, because a casino, at least you got 50-50 chance every time, black or red. With this, it's got everything to do with people's emotions, which all stocks do, but popularity, whether you like him one day and hate him the next, which is kind of strange, because if you love him, why don't you just hold the stock? No one does. People buy it, they dump it. No loyalty amongst thieves, I often say. That's rubbish. People also talked about Bitcoin was pro Donald Trump. Yes, there was a moment last night when he was when he was talking about abortion and dogs and cats and all that stuff. Yes, Bitcoin did drop. Meet Kevin and others tried to make a big story out of it, saying, this is affecting Bitcoin. No, it's not. Bitcoin moves more than that all the time. It's going down today because, for reasons I've just given in my previous Bitcoin videos, I think the end is all over. I don't see it going to zero. It'll never go to zero, because a lot of people have lost their share, their seed phrases. It will never go to zero, but I don't see it as the promised land anymore. I've reported on that and explained why in detail. It's got nothing to do with Donald Trump. Donald Trump can't change the direction of Bitcoin, and if he could, what would be the sense of that? It's supposed to be decentralized, emotionless, but all of a sudden it can be controlled by Donald Trump. Makes no difference. I don't believe in it. It's not going anywhere. I wouldn't buy it. It's not a good investment, in my opinion. So there we go. The markets are down today, not because Donald Trump wins or loses, or Kamala Harris wins or loses. The economy is strong. We've just got the inflation figures. We're absolutely on track. There's not going to be a 0.5% rate cut. It's only going to be a 0.25. It always was. It always will be. And I predicted it 18 months ago, the summer of 24. Nothing has changed. Business as usual. So why is it going down? Because the markets could go down as much as 10%. For me, it'd be 20 because I'm in margin. So bearing in mind, that's amplified because I'm in margin. So actually, it's only down 0.7. No big deal. The reason is because those who wish to gamble, those who wish to be volatile and just basically at the goat all over the place, not investors. Wall Street aren't investors. They're traders. They predicted that would get, all of a sudden we're going to get 1 minute with 25, then we're 50, then we're 25, then we're 50. No one can make their mind up. Well, I can make my mind up. It's always been 0.25. They priced in a 0.5 as that would be good for equities. Well, it wouldn't be good for main stocks. It'd be good for the rubbish. People bought the Russell. The quality stocks, they couldn't care less. And we know they're good because all I've got to do is show you NVIDIA today and we're trending back up again. Is there a surprise? No surprise at all. Profit taking, of course, but we were 104 a couple of days ago, 103, wasn't it? And everyone went, it's the end of the world. It's a $200 stock all day long within 12 months. I'm not worried. However, the general market, the S&P, is trimming off, but it's going to come straight back up again. Probably have a green day today. I'm not worried. So the markets are down today. Nothing to do with last night's debate. We've been through world wars, depressions. We've been through worse situations than somebody saying they're going to eat, people are eating dogs and cats and everybody's shouting at each other. Oh, what a world we live in. Anyway, there you go. There's part 3. I hope you enjoyed my tribute to the United States with my national anthem. Go and check out part 1 and part 2 for the full breakdown and everything shared and discussed last night. Click above my head for all the links down below in the description. Over here and over here, I'll put part 1 and part 2. That's it from me. Thank you very much indeed. As always, take care of yourselves and each other. Right. Let's read the comments. Evening, mate, double dummy. Even, how are you? I enjoyed watching the debate on here. Thanks to the platform and for the most part, the chat too. You're welcome. That's what we're all here for. We answer everyone's question. That's what it's all about. So eat dogs where they're from. Why not here? Is it what we should be talking about on a presidential debate? By the way, Trump messed that up in the state in botched abortions where the baby was alive. They left them alone until they died. No skin in the game. That's the word. They also say no dog in the race, I think. I have some good stocks picked out if anyone is interested, Martin. Yes, please do share. Please do share. Switzer, good morning to you. I've seen the videos of the cats and the dogs. I have 2 videos talking about more about wildlife at parks. Seen 2 videos of cats. And people are reporting high crime there and people squatting their property or homeless staying on their lawns and threatening them. Yes, that does happen. You're right. It does happen. According to a news article I saw anyway. Yes. It does happen, Stacey. I've seen it firsthand. I didn't see any facts on either of the first 2. I'm a little behind. No facts in the Sky News report. All they say is the moderator stepped in. Yes, I agree. It wasn't the way I thought it was going to be. It's funny, they were in Philadelphia and talked about bad neighbors in Aurora and other parts of the country. When they have Kensington right there and no one said anything, that's crazy. I still think 0.5 down. Do you? No, it's 0.25. The only reason why it could be 0.5 is because he just wants to push it and then it'll be 0.25 on the next one. And the reason why I say that is you can start high and reduce. You can't go 0.25 and then 0.5. That shows you haven't got a handle on it. So you're right. However, 0.25 every single month for the next 6 months is equally as good. And I prefer stability. But you're right. There is an argument why they could do 0.5 just to start the process and then 0.25. You're right. Thank you, Martin, for the anthem. You're very welcome. I thought you personally looked up the facts, but I didn't see anything to do with either facts or lies being proven. No, David, I didn't have it. I thought it was in that report, and I didn't have it. Yes, I was looking forward to it too. I need to do more research, and I'll find it and I'll bring it out later. They really did leave 86 billion of military equipment. I think it was selling weapons, robots. They really did leave 86 billion of military equipment. Is that right? I heard about that. Fell asleep last night. How did the debate go? Oh, Frederick, it was an emotional night. Sell the news as usual. Bounce will come soon. All right. I'm going to get off to put these videos out. I'm pretty tired and emotional from last night, if I'm honest with you. We've just been covering the Trump stock. Yeah, it's awful. But there's no surprise. There's no value to the stock. I mean, why is anyone surprised? It goes up, it goes down. It always trends down. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't make any money. It's a complete joke. It's not about an opinion, whether you like Trump or not. It's a rubbish stock. And when you go to a rally, and this is what Donald Trump said himself, he said, I'm going to show people how to buy my stock at a rally. I mean, that's pretty much illegal anyway. You can't promote your own stock. Imagine standing in a stadium with 50,000 people, I don't know how many, all right, and saying, everyone pick up your phones, go on Robinhood and buy my stock. I mean, it's ridiculous, right? And then everyone goes, yeah, let's buy it. No, don't do that. Just buy a hat. Buy a hat. Donald Trump gets money. You support the man you like. Just do that. Don't stand in a crowd of screaming people and go, yeah, I'm going to buy this stock, because the people that buy it are the very same people that are going to dump it on you. I wouldn't be surprised if Donald Trump shorts his own stock. I mean, it doesn't work. It's not worth anything. Why would you do it? It's bonkers. Ridiculous. No dog in the fight. That's the one. Thank you. At least last night was 3 against 1. Upstart stock was going up against the market drop. Do you think so, Adriana? I mean, you're entitled to that thought. I didn't see it like that. I mean, they just pointed out the facts as they were. I mean, isn't that good? Don't we want that live? If someone stands on stage and just makes up a lie, don't we want that called out live? I mean, otherwise, what's the point? Just say anything. I can't believe I stayed up all the way through last night. Yeah. Thank you very much. Anyone in England who did that last night, thank you to you. In all this crazy market from today, I'm going to stay put and just buy Walmart or something steady. Walmart's great. It's a very good defensive stock. Why not buy the stock, allow it to run up higher and don't sell into your rally and make millions? Why not buy the stock, allow it to run higher and let Don sell into your rally and make millions? Well, you know, investors are investors, gamblers are gamblers. I'm an investor. And first of all, I never lose money. I don't gamble with money. I just buy good businesses that always make me money. So I don't ever lose money, number one. Number two, I'm not going to gamble with an emotional, you know, an opinion poll. I mean, that's not investing, that's gambling. So we're not interested in doing that. And also, I believe in doing the right thing, in buying a great business that I can sell to somebody in the future that also now owns a great business, which will grow for them. If I bought Trump Media and then it rallied up 30%, someone's going to buy a load of rubbish.
Stacey Bailey donated $20 through a super chat. Starbucks for you and Leah. Hugs.
Thank you very much. We will do that. I'll do that now, Stacey. I'm going to end the show now and go and get a Starbucks. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much indeed. That's a big thank you. Big thank you. There you go. Thank you so much for that. That's very, very kind. Kamala lied. Did moderators say anything? Well, I will get to the bottom of all this fact checking. I will do more. I will do it properly. I thought that was going to be in the fact check, but it wasn't. So that was disappointing. I was being sarcastic. Sorry, doesn't translate well in text. Double dummy. What did you say? Don, as in, oh, Donald. Oh, I see. Yeah. I know. I get you now. I meant to put big thank you. Did I put bug thank you? Sorry about that. BTC, one of the biggest assets. They are biggest SPY app. BTC is one of SPY's biggest assets. SPY, the S&P 500. What do you mean SPY? Bitcoin's not on the S&P 500. What do you mean? Bitcoin's not on the S&P 500. I'm an Aussie. We tend to be 90% tongue-in-cheek. Yes, I get it. Ask Llama 3. I will do that later. Just waiting on the S&P to bottom today. I'm very optimistic for the next couple of days after CPI. Yes, me too. It's not low enough for me to buy more at all. So, yeah. It's just a settle now. Nvidia went up today. The economy's good. The businesses are good. At the end of the day, I'm buying the businesses. That's what I'm buying. Right, let me wrap this up. I'm extremely tired and emotional from last night. It was a very, very late night. I'll be back for the closing bell. Look out for these premieres. We've only got another couple of weeks together, and then I take my break. I have not taken a break for 2 years. Through October, I won't be here. I'll be here, but I won't be in the studio. I'm turning it all off, taking a break, recharging. But I will be having videos coming out every morning on the opening bell and the closing bell to hopefully keep my members together, because honestly, I live on the memberships. It's how I live, not on the ad revenue. So I hope you'll remain members. There'll be videos every morning that I've recorded over the next couple of weeks that will come out every morning, every closing bell. And keep everyone together, give everyone the chance to be together. And I'm sure I'll pop in from time to time on certain things, but that's what's happening in October. Okay, let's wrap this up. So there we go. Let's send you all now to the extra channel. Let me click this. If you want to stay together and update each other what's going on, you can. This is the extra channel. We're live 12 hours a day here. Whoops. Hello. What's going on here? Yeah, here's extra. We will have a soft landing. It's already guaranteed now. It's done. There's nothing more to say. Soft landing. There's the extra channel. If you want to go behind the scenes, see what's going on in between what I'm doing, that would be great. Let me come back over here. Let me see who wins the day trader of the day. I'm down 1.72, but it's just amplifying because of margin. So I'm not worried. It's not low enough for me to buy more. 1.72. Let's see who wins day trader of the day. Yes, I do need to take a break. Thank you, Seth Houston. I appreciate it very much indeed. Let's roll the credits. Who wins the day trader of the day today? Stars of our show. We've got a new subscriber, Showroom with Gerald. Super Chats, Charles Kahi, Jerry and Elba, and Stacey Bailey. Thank you very much indeed for your Super Chats and support this morning. That's very much appreciated. We'll go to have a nice coffee and a sandwich right now. So thank you for that. All right. Let's roll the credits. Let's see who wins this morning. Up 1.13. Up 0.13. Up 0.85. Christopher. Nice. Up 1.86. There's our new winner. Up 0.28. Down 1.44. Down 0.9, down 0.42, 1.04. Thank you, my 100% coconut water, very chilled, is best hydration, not recommended for sipping. Chug-a-lug. Down 0.47. So the winner today is Charles Kahi, up 1.86. Congratulations to you. Thank you for your honest trades. I appreciate it. And let's give him a thumbs up as well. Charles Kahi, congratulations to you. That's it from me. I'll see you all back in a little while. I'm going to send you now to the extra channel. Let's clear the decks. I'll put these videos out. Look out for the premieres. See you back in a bit. I'm off to Starbucks. Going to have a nice latte with a nice sandwich. Me and Leah. That'll be very, very nice indeed. I will see you back later. Thanks for all who stayed late with me last night to cover the debate, and thanks for all being here today. That's it from me. Until next time. Martyn, coffee is the best drink all day. Yes. Take care of yourselves and eat